We had completed till verse 33 from the Srimad Bhagavatam Canto 1, Chapter 6, conversation between Narada and Vyasdev, in which Sri Krishna tells him that the most important thing a person can do is to glorify himself. Himself means Sri Krishna. Always sing the glories of God. And when you do that, I will appear in your heart. That means only for the devotees, not for any average person. An average person is a beggar. When he doesn't have, he will go to God and he will ask for money. When he doesn't have a wife or a husband, then he will go and ask God, God, give me a good husband, give me a good wife. When he doesn't have children, he will go and ask God, God, give me a child. When he doesn't have a job, he will go and ask for a job from God. But nobody goes to God and says, I love you, God. Nobody says these words. Because people are mean. They are self-centered. And they are only interested in their own, petty life of theirs. So to become a devotee, first you have to become a very, very open-hearted. Remember the previous verse, then this, what does he say? To reach me or to see me, you have to do so many things. The things which you have to do is you have to see me in everything. You have to be kind, compassionate, loving, caring about this whole universe. Because I am there in that. But human beings are not like that. They are all self-centered. So, but for the devotees who are always thinking of God, He will appear in the heart of theirs. Okay? And when they do the holy chanting and the holy name of God is taken, He always is with them. So we had ended over there. So now we will start from the new verse. We are doing Srimad Bhagavatam Canto 1, Chapter 6, verse 34. It is personally experienced by me that those who are always full of cares and anxieties, due to desiring contact of the senses with their object, can cross the ocean of nescience on a most suitable boat, the constant chanting of the transcendental activities of the personality of God, that is Sri Krishna. Now, everybody in this world is always having a lot of problems in life. Is there any person in this world who doesn't have problem? Every person in this world has a problem. Every person has anxiety. Every person is lost in the material worldly desire game. That means I want this and I want that. Everybody is involved in it. And human beings are prone to having tremendous amount of desire. Even a person who says I am desireless, that person is also full of desires because he is seeking peace, tranquility, happiness, quiet, and those kind of things. If a person who is living in the mountains is thinking that, oh, I don't need anything, he needs air to breathe. He needs to go to the city sometimes. He needs to gather certain things. His food habits and so on and so forth are there. So it doesn't mean that human beings are not having the cares. They all have cares. They want to get, they want to have a bath, they want to become clean, they want to stay in a proper surroundings, they want to breathe, eat, everything they have to do. What is this all called? This is called using your senses. See, he says over there, due to desiring contact of the senses with the object. So every object in this world that is there, the physical object outside is connected to the physical object on the inside also. So when you are watching something, let us say you are watching a film, are you seeing it with your eyes? Okay, that is the instrument you are using for watching that thing. If you are smelling something, that is with the sense of smell which comes through the nose, isn't it? Like that you have to taste certain things, that you have to hear certain things. Hearing is done through this external organ called ear. But ear is an external organ, no doubt about it. Well, what is the most important thing in the ear? It is called hearing, right? Smelling, seeing. These are the things which happen. Can you stop that? Nobody can stop. Can you tell the eyes, don't watch this thing? Can you say that? See, your eyes are open. You are going to see everything in this world. Are you not going to see? Okay. So whether there is something happening or not, we all have to see because our eyes are open. Can you close your ears and say, I am not going to hear anything? Your ears are lying open like this. These are called the pinna. Okay. Your ears are gathering sound from everywhere. Isn't the sound coming to you? So whether you are listening to it, whether you are consciously listening to it or not consciously, you are still hearing it, isn't it? Same thing when you are breathing. When there is a truck passing by which is having all the, garbage in it, doesn't your nose become a little bit, okay, dirty smell is coming. So this is how we are. And every day when you are scrolling through your Instagram or whatever that your TikTok or something like that, you are watching something constantly, are you not? So you are seeing a woman eating a snake. Will you watch that or no? Oh my God, how can somebody eat a snake? Yeah. Well, that is a snake she is eating. What is your problem in life? No, how can a human being eat snake? Sorry boss, in the previous life she was a mongoose. Okay. Is she entitled for eating the snake then? Of course she is entitled for eating the snake because in the previous life she had a taste of mongoose, and mongoose loves to eat snake. So maybe she likes to eat that snake. What is your problem in life? Understand this. Men, when they are looking at a woman, especially all this, you see all this TikTok and all that, you see, they will look at, oh wow, nice. They look at a woman like this. Can you not understand that these guys must be dogs in their previous life? Every dog is running after one female dog, isn't it? In a village where we are, there are, one female dog is there and there are 10 dogs which are roaming around her. Human beings are exactly like this, a dog. So unless understand, if they are watching this woman, their tendency is like a dog's tendency. Okay? So in their previous life, there must have been some dog. So what makes you think they should not be looking? So it is a tendency of the person which makes the person like that. Yeah, but now you are human being. There is a difference. As a human being, you need to curb your tendencies. There is no need to look at somebody's behind like this and drool over it. Correct? And there is no need for you to run after money and things like that. You have the job of curbing yourself. You can say, I don't want to do it. But your eyes are going to see, your ears are going to hear. If somebody is giving you some, peace of mind, can you go, your boss is saying, you are such a stupid person, you should have done this, blah, 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 blah. Are you going to close your ears and say to that fellow, no, I don't want to hear it? Can you do that? You will get the pink slip very soon, tomorrow only. Today the problem is like that in this world. So what is Sri Krishna saying? Everybody's senses are open to air. Can you say that you are not going to touch certain things? Anyway, if your hand accidentally falls on some hot object, you are going to, ooh, like that you are going to do. Naturally, it's the same thing. So he says, every human being has cares and anxieties in this world. Every person. There isn't a single person who doesn't have cares and anxieties. Okay? Even if a person says, I don't have care, but he still has care. He still has anxiety. Everybody should be given anxiety medication, is it? I mean, this is what the world thinks. Oh, he's got anxiety neurosis. Okay, we should give him medication. No, there is no medication. The whole world is having anxiety. We are always anxious about tomorrow, are we not? What's going to happen? What's going to happen? What's going to happen? You don't have money in your pocket today. You are anxious tomorrow. How will I pay the bill? Where will I eat? But tomorrow comes and goes. Have you seen that or no? Tomorrow comes and goes. Everything happens. And yet we are bothered about tomorrow. We are bothered what are we going to do. There are people in their 20s and 30s and 40s who are thinking, oh, I have achieved so much in my life, I can do this and I can do that. And now, I have reached the zenith of my life. I'm sorry, who told you that? You are 30 years old, you still have another 70 years old, to go ahead with. Who says you will not live till 100? So now 30 years, 30 years you have achieved some objective. What are you going to do for the next 70 years of your life? You see, today there are so many TikToks and all these superstars are there on YouTube and all that. Have you noticed them? Huh? The Mr. Beast is there. Mr. Beast became very famous. Just like there is Alex Hormozy and all these people are very, very famous. Right? Now, what happens to these people? They have become famous and they have become good in their earlier part of their life. They still have another 60 years to live. Right? You think Mr. Alex Hormozy is going to pump, iron all the time? He's going to go to the gym when he's 70 years old and lying in bed? So this is not going to happen. Nobody is ready for the future. He may say, I'm going to make $1 billion. No, your $1 billion is of no use. Have you seen the person who was the iPhone, the big person, what's his name? Steve Jobs. Steve Jobs had pots of money, pots and pots of money, lot of money, richest company in the world, blah, blah, blah. Well, he couldn't pay for his own health also. Could he pay for his health? Nothing. You may think, you have money, you have fame, you have fortune, you have everything. Sorry boss, you don't know. Tomorrow you are going to get a kick in your ass. You will be dead very soon. And this is anxiety. Nobody understands. He was the most anxious person. You should have seen he became very thin. Didn't he become very thin? Always worried about his own health. Think like that. And there is no person in this world, even the person who becomes a president or a prime minister is anxious about his own seat. Indradev is anxious with his own seat, isn't it? Indradev is constantly thinking, who is going to come and take my throne? Who is going to come and take my throne? And you are an average human being. Average human beings have anxieties galore. Oh, I got one pimple over here. Oh, I got white hair over here. Oh, there's a white hair over here. Oh, what am I going to do? Why, I got this belly fat over here. What to do? Belly fat, white hair, put on weight, this, that. These are also anxieties. These are also cares in your world. So for all those people who are basically devotees of God, there is only one solution for them. The one solution is simply this. That is, take the name of God. Take the name of God constantly. Stop doing things for yourself. Think that you are doing this for God Almighty only. I hope you get this answer. You think you are doing it for yourself? No. There is a God within. In the previous verse, did he not say, I appear in the seat of your heart? Did he say these words, yes or no? If Sri Krishna is saying, I'm going to appear in the seat of your heart, doesn't it tell you that he is within you? So if he is going to be within you, why are you not working for yourself? Yourself means the God within you. So when you are thinking that, let us say you get a lottery tomorrow, that $1 billion lottery which is 530 million or something like that, which is announced, very big lottery. Suppose somebody gets that lottery. What is the first thing he will do? You know what he is going to do? I'll pay off all my loans. I will buy a house. Second. Number 2. Number 3. Number 3 is I will buy all the luxuries in the world, all cars and this and that. This is how people think. And this is an average, a below average person's way of thinking. And then what will he say? After buying all these things, then the next thing which I am going to do is put some money away for, saving. Okay? And then he is forgotten. If he earns $530 million, half of the money government is going to squeeze it from him as taxes. He is forgotten that. Okay, 200 million straight government khatak. One big nice, piece of flesh they are going to take from you. They are like, what that Shakespeare has written, give me a pound of flesh. Government is like that. They are going to take half the money away. The fellow who has won that championship of chess, Gukesh, okay, he's an Indian guy. He got some 10 crores or 9 crores or something. He has to pay 4 crores as taxes. Everybody made a big furore of it. How can he pay? He's a world champion, blah, blah, blah. So the finance ministry said, okay, we'll not take the taxes. Okay. Now, nobody is going to do that. No government is going to do that. Except you are stinking rich, then they will not charge you. But if you are a poor man who is earning some money, you are going to get squeezed by the taxes. So think like that. You get money. Half of it goes to government. You don't even know. Second, you think you are going to buy one luxury apartment or luxury house in some, very fancy area. And you pay $20 million, $30 million for buying a fancy place. Who is going to maintain it? Your Father in heaven? Who is going to maintain it? You have got a 1-bedroom apartment also. You know how much of cleaning you have to do? Huh? And who is going to buy? If you buy some 10,000 square feet space with a lawn and a garden and all, your father is going to go and clean the lawns over there? Think about it. Has it ever occurred to you, you buy a fancy Mercedes-Benz and a Toyota and a this and that and Ferraris and of this world? You're going to drive a Ferrari? I mean a Rolls-Royce on the streets? So many potholes are there. You get pulled over, and somebody is going to come and scratch you, your car. What happens? Your Rolls-Royce gets scratched like that. Now to maintain that Rolls-Royce, you need a driver. You see, that lady who came to Bangalore, she had, some 4, 5, 6 bodyguards with her. Why? Pots of money, what do? You need a bodyguard, no or no? You will need bodyguards. And then you have to maintain your body, for which you need trainers. You have to go to the gym. Has it ever occurred to you? These are the nonsensical things you will have to end up doing. And in less than 1 year's time, all your 500 million is gone, finished. Because there are hundreds of people, thousands and thousands of people out there in the world who are trying to fleece you. Right or wrong? Your old relatives which you have never seen from childhood will suddenly appear over there. How are you? Fine, thank you. These anxieties are going to be there. So the only thing which you need to do is forget about all these things. That money is of no use. Any money which comes to a person, if you are a 20-year-old and you are earning 40 crore rupees in a year, sorry boss, you are going to be squeezed for that money. And by the time you are 23 or 22 or 23, you have zero money in your bank account. There is no money. You are going to have anxiety. You will have to go to the doctor 100 times. So getting money out of turn is also problematic. Please understand this. Getting, maybe having 100 beautiful girls around you, that is also going to trouble you. Who is telling you no? See, you have some nice handsome guys around you also, is going to be a problem for you. What you are thinking? 50 Shades of Grey? Don't think on those lines. Okay? Nothing is there like that. This is all fake. So what is Sri Krishna saying? Forget all these things. These are all called anxieties. If you have money or you don't have money. If you have a husband, you don't have a husband. You have a wife, you don't have a wife. You still have anxiety. You have children, you have anxiety. You don't have children also, you have anxiety. Isn't that true? You have the food to eat, you are thinking I'll eat less. You don't have food to eat, you'll think, oh, I need food to eat. Both cases, it's the same thing. When you have it, you are a problem. You don't have it also, you have a problem. So at such point in time, what is the best thing for a person to do? Don't think you are doing it for yourself. Do it for the God within you and the God outside of you. Who is the God outside of you? Like I gave an example in the morning. In the morning, I gave an example where a person earns, maybe $500,000. And that $500,000, I asked the person, what will the person do? So immediately, first answer is, I will pay off my loans. Then I will buy a car. Then I'll buy this. And then I'll have something for the children. And blah, blah, blah. And then I'll go on a holiday. Really. Now tomorrow you are going on a holiday. The ship sinks or something like that, cruise or something like that. Huh? Or you meet with some deadly disease over there. Then what are you going to do? And you die. Or maybe your husband finds one beautiful Hawaiian girl over there and runs away with her. Then what happens? They'll do the hula dance over there. Huh? Ding, 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 like that they will do. Dance. What are you saying? Do you think this doesn't happen? Anything can happen. On the tour, your children may fall sick, very sick. You don't know that. Then what happens to your $500,000? Finished. So you have tried to do everything for yourself. I, me, myself. And end of the day, you still have anxiety. Then I said, say in next life you become a monkey. You are dead now. You become a monkey. You're going to climb trees and run from one branch to the other. But let us say you make this money, okay? You make this $500,000. And you say, I will donate some amount of money to the local zoo. So you donate $20,000, $30,000 to the local zoo, New York Zoo, suppose, or a Mysore Zoo. Rupees. Now when you donate it, and then you die. Next day you become a monkey. And you are born inside the zoo. Captivity. And then you are going to be sitting over there, in the monkey cage and looking at all the people. And then you may see your husband go, come in front of the zoo and he'll say, oh children, look at how this monkey is jumping up and down. Okay? And he has a beautiful wife with him, a young wife. What happens to you then? You think that is not going to happen? Because you have never cared for anybody else in this world. So first thing is you got to look at the world as Krishna himself. So see God in everything and do good to others. Don't keep on saying this fellow is bad or this fellow is good. No. When you got to do something for others, you are supposed to do something for others. Maybe you start a children's fund. Maybe you go and give food to some poor people. Maybe you are doing something which is good enough. And that is anyway going to come back to you somehow, isn't it? If you are going to educate a poor child, instead of saying I, me, myself and using the whole money for yourself, you go and educate a poor child somewhere. What happens to that? There is a very beautiful story which I will tell you. Now, this person, he is a Magsaysay Prize winner and a very great person. Okay? This person I met in the jungles of Gadchiroli. There is a place in the eastern Maharashtra where I met him in the jungles long time ago. This man, he was like a, by the way, he was very highly educated and all that, okay, and his wife also were very highly educated. But he was staying in the jungles and taking care of all the Adivasis over there. He had a personal zoo also. He had a lot of these peacocks and monkeys and tigers and all this, they were there around him. Okay, and they were very friendly. One day when I met him, he invited me to stay in his place. Okay. Now this person, his name was Baba Amte. Baba Amte, a very great personality. He and his wife invited me and they gave me nice meal and all that. Next morning I went to see his place. It was a very beautiful place. He had even helped the Naxalites get out of their problem areas because this was a full Naxalite area. And in that, there was a young child, a very small child, Baba Amte helped this young fellow. Okay? And he helped him, gave him education. We see, he was not self-centered at all. Baba Amte had his own children also, by the way. Okay? Now his son runs that whole place. But now I'm talking about the father, Baba Amte. Now what happened was, he gave this poor child education, gave him food and everything. And then when he became big, he went for some studies somewhere. Now, naturally, they had forgotten about it. The old people now, they had forgotten about it. One day, they got an invite to come to the United States of America. Now, this invite came from a very big organization in USA. Now, remember, these people were very simple people. So, they were called to Mumbai for an interview for getting a visa. So, he and his wife went, and they had one thaili. Thaili means one bag, And when they entered this, the consul general was there, and he looked at their appearance. They looked very old, without money and stuff like that. And when they were interviewed, they didn't sound much, better off. And sorry, it was not the consul general, it was some officer was interviewing them in the Bombay American consulate. And they said, we are very sorry, we cannot grant you the visa. And then these two couple, they had paid money to go by train to Mumbai. So they were going back to the railway station. Suddenly, the consul general over there came to know that they had come. He immediately came and fired that officer. He said, these people are very great people. Don't go on their appearance. Call them. The people went running after them, because that time there was no phone call thing, We didn't have cell phones and all. So they went after him. They caught these two people. They said, we are very sorry. The consul general wants to meet you. He says, okay, fine. And they came. Very humble people. The consul general was the first person to get up and say, I'm very sorry. We did not know you had come. And I will personally see to it that your visa is given right away. So he gave the visa. Now this couple landed in New York. Okay. Somebody had paid for their ticket and all that. So when they landed in New York, they were very surprised to see a warm welcome over there. Nobody had said that they were going to come, except that particular place from where they were sponsored visa, some organization. And then there was this young man. He came and he said, I would like to take you to a place where, we do satkar. Satkar means we venerate that person, put some malas and this and that. So they were taken over there by cab. And at that, they were made to sit on the dais, and they were told, we would like to thank you, blah, 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 all that. And then Baba Amte is looking at, why are these people doing this to me? I am nobody. So the person who has organized it says, don't you remember who I am? No. Who are you? I am that young child you found in the jungles, whom you educated, and whom you gave so much love. I have now grown up. I have become a doctor. I am here in New York. I have done my, post-graduation and all that. I have become a very great doctor. I want to honor you. This is what happens. When you do for others, the universe is going to pay you back. If not in this life, at least in your next one. So always be kind to others. Your selfishness is not going to help you, because in your next life, you won't find your spouse, you won't find your children with you. They are not going to help you. No way. So don't be under this impression that they are going to be around there with you. Sorry. They're selfish as you are. So look at the world. So this is what Sri Krishna says. Look at me as I am in everybody, and help this whole world around you. Okay? Don't discriminate. Be very kind to everybody. Don't say this one is good and that one is bad. No. We go to the next verse. 35. It is true that by practicing restraint of the senses by the yoga system, one can get relief from the disturbances of desire and lust. But this is not sufficient to give satisfaction to the soul, for this satisfaction is derived from devotional service to the personality of Godhead. You can keep on doing yoga forever. You know, people love to do yoga, yogasana. You can keep on doing as yoga as much as you want to. That yoga is not going to give you God at all. Neither is all these activities of going to some temples and doing this and doing all kinds of nonsensical activities which people are involving in. That is not going to give you Sri Krishna at all. What is Sri Krishna saying over here in this verse? It is only when you do the devotional service for Sri Krishna, when you are a devotee of Sri Krishna and you take his name and pray to him and be always kind to him and his world around. Be good to others. Do service unto this. Looking at yourself and the world as Sri Krishna himself. When Sri Krishna is kind to everybody, and if you think you are Sri Krishna's essence also, are you not supposed to be kind to everybody? That's what you should be. Because God is very, very kind. Okay? So, you have to do devotional service. O Vyasdev, you are free from all sins. Thus I have explained my birth and activities for self-realization as you asked. All this will be conducive to your personal satisfaction also. So Narad Muni is telling Vyasdev, see, now I have told you everything that you are supposed to know. First and foremost, how I became a human being, and in the human birth, how I took this birth in a womb where I am supposed to be with this maid servant. This maid servant was serving the sages, and there I learnt everything, and I was working with the sages. I was doing seva unto them. Okay, and then I ate from their plate also, asking permission, can I do so? And then after that I got all the knowledge, and then I got to see the God himself, and the God himself said that after this, because you are a devotee of Sri Krishna, you are going to be taking my name, because you constantly take my name, and because you constantly take my name, you are going to be with me constantly. And he is now going to be born in the next life. So every time when Narada is taking a form, he is a sage constantly in every Manavantra. Every Manavantra he is a sage. Remember this. It's all because his devotional service unto the Lord, taking the name of God. So you can keep on doing yoga, toga and everything that you want to. No God will come to you. People say, oh, we do this yoga, that yoga, we do body contortion exercises, we do breathing exercises. Nothing is going to help. Here it is saying, this I have explained to you. Okay, what did he say over here? He said very clearly, it is true by practicing restraint. Restraint means what? Pranayama. The senses by the yoga system, one can get relief from disturbances of desire and lust. You can cut down your desire and lust, but you will not get God. The only way of getting God is devotional service unto me. That's it. I hope you got this verse clear. So, this is what Narada explained to Vyasdev and said, you also are a great devotee of God. Keep on taking his name, write his stories and constantly be devoted to him. Verse 37 says, Sutta Goswami, thus addressing Vyasdev, Narada took leave of him and vibrating his veena, he left to wander at his free will. So Narada is now going on his tour, on his Brahman, on the all world tour that he goes. And Narada then leaves Vyasdev, taking his veena, taking the name of God, Narayan, 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 he keeps on doing and he goes away. Now Sutta Goswami is telling this tale to all the sages who are sitting in front of him. Do you remember? Or you have forgotten? This is what he has learned from Sukdev, who has learnt it from Vyasdev, who has learnt it from Narada. See the whole lineage of all these things. And all this, Sukdev was talking about this to a very important person, Parikshit. And this Srimad Bhagavatam is now coming into play. All glory and success to Narada, because he glorifies the activity of Sri Krishna, and so doing himself takes pleasure and also enlivens all the distressed souls of this universe. So think like this. Narad Muni is doing a great job. He takes the name of Narayana constantly. That is Sri Krishna constantly. And when he takes the name of Sri Krishna, he is helping everybody. He is spreading the name of God, spreading beautiful stories, and he is the facilitator for taking the name of God with everybody. Even with Hiranyaksha and Hiranyakashyap and everybody. He says to them, he take the name of God constantly. Well, those people don't want to take, that's a different story. Always understand this. Narada is constantly amongst us and he is telling us and he is exhorting us so that we should take the name of God and always do good service unto mankind. And that is the only way of reaching God. So devotional service is the ultimate weapon. So we have come to the end of this chapter. We will stop over here.
Recording stopped.